Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called Urgent Warning to People with No Savings. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's show on all your social media to help spread the word. Now, let's get started. Today, we're doing a special episode for people out there with no savings. Zero. There are millions of people around the world with nothing in the bank and very little at home in their pockets. Many of them just don't have enough money to even open up a bank account. Many of them don't have a job or a steady income. A growing number of them are homeless or they're involved in the world of crime. A lot of people are sick or just unable to even support themselves. If you fall into any of these categories, then we have an urgent message for you. There are growing new efforts being made in the US and abroad to track and tax every dollar that you have. If you're completely broke and one day you find some money on the ground, then they want to know about that money and have you acknowledge it as income so they can tax it. If you're working now as a wage slave or a near wage slave, perhaps you're a waitress and someone leaves you a tip, then they want to know that money is tracked and taxed. So why the urgent warning now? Because the UK recently just narrowly avoided a complete crash that caused them to have to pump $65 billion into the bond market. But that didn't really solve anything. It just postponed matters. Most of the smart money believes that financial problems in the UK will soon spread to the US and make things even worse. And when it does come here, then many people believe that extraordinary measures will have to be taken to seize what little money or property the poorest of the poor still have. They're coming up with and developing incredibly creepy and Machiavellian technology, regulations, and laws designed to allow them to disadvantage the poor even further. So how can you protect what little you have if any of these wealth-seizing rules or technologies get implemented? Well, in part, that depends on what exactly they try to implement. Generally speaking, for a growing percentage of the population, it makes no sense to open a bank account simply because they can't afford the monthly maintenance fee. And that fee will probably cost them more than any bank balance that they maintain in that account. What's really needed is a way for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies to be made available to poor people outside of the banking system. This way, if the economy gets worse or they have an issue, they can still access their money electronically. Here's another thing to keep in mind. You'll know there's a massive existential problem when they tell you there's no problem. What they'll tell you is the reason you can't access your money is because of an electrical issue or a hacker or a website issue, and that they're working to fix it. Sometimes this is true, but most of the time this is not. Your focus now should be on gaining control and possession of everything that's yours so that someone else can prevent you from accessing it. The moment they control and possess what little you do have, there's a growing possibility that they won't return it to you in a timely fashion. Here's another warning for you. If the economy or the financial or the real estate markets start to implode, then it will be much harder for poor people or anybody really to get the cities to reduce their property taxes. Even the appeals process will be slowed down or set up with roadblocks to prevent you from having them legally reduce your property taxes. Or they'll try to prevent you from renegotiating some of your bills or debts. The reason for that is that this time businesses and people sense that things will be far different than in previous collapses or issues. And because of that, they're going to be making fewer concessions and be less willing to accept smaller payments from you. When the collapse does occur, we project that the bankruptcy courts will be so packed and full of people that the court dockets themselves will be years in length, meaning that if someone files for a bankruptcy, it may take them 3, 4, 5 years just to get a court date, which means the people you owe money to won't get a dime from you for years, and they'll be barred from taking any further action against you until there's a court date. Why is that relevant, and why is that a problem that requires a warning? Because it's emblematic of all the other systemic and bureaucratic problems that will just grind everything to a halt and make it much harder for poor people to control their fate and to help themselves. If that's the case, then we recommend that people with financial challenges start reaching out to charitable groups, family, relatives, and old friends so that you can rebuild and strengthen those relationships just in case you need help from them in the future. Hopefully, they will be able to help you. Good luck, and thank you for watching. I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we post a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's show on all your social media to help spread the word. Thank you, and we shall talk to you soon. Bye-bye.